As a mom, I absolutely love to be able to create memories with my family, and I love to be able to record those memories and document those memories in time. But I'll be honest, it's kind of hard sometimes because either I miss the moment and the memory because I'm too busy trying to find my phone or fiddle with my camera settings, or I don't actually get to enjoy the moment and be in the moment because I'm too busy trying to film the moment. And that is where this little guy comes in handy. This is the Insta360 Go2, and I purchased this camera back in 2021, and I've used this camera for the past 3 years, and I found it to be really, really great at being able to document and capture moments with my family and my toddler without it taking away from me actually being in the moment. And I wanted to share with you some of the reasons why I really like this camera and why I think it could be a good addition to throw into your diaper bag or your purse and take on your next family adventure. Full disclosure, this is not going to be a camera review video. I'm not going to dive into technical specs. I'm not going to talk about camera settings. I'm just talking about things that are, as a mom, to me, most important when trying to find a camera that works effortlessly to record moments with my family that allows me to actually enjoy the moment. First and foremost, one of the standout features of this camera is the size and the fact that it's so tiny. Look at this. It's so freaking small, and it's so inconspicuous that it is so easy to attach places and to wear and to capture different moments. It's small, it's lightweight, and you can take this thing anywhere. When I say anywhere, and people hardly even notice that you have it. With the traditional camera, like the one I'm filming with, it is very obvious that you have a camera. With your cell phone, it is pretty obvious that you have a phone now. But with this, half the time, people don't even know what this is. Now, of course, you don't want to be a creeper and film things that you shouldn't film or capture moments of people awkwardly, but this is really good at being able to prop up and put different places and capture genuine, authentic moments. You can really get creative with this camera based on the functionality, and you can use some of the accessories that come with it, or you can purchase different accessories to get some really cool shots. So for example, there is a necklace mount that is magnetic that you can attach it to. Where's the tripod? There's even a tripod where you can attach a mount. You could just pop the camera right in there and prop it up like a tripod in the corner and capture really cute moments of your baby learning to walk or you dancing with your kid in the living room. There are just a lot of cool ways that you can get memories with your family without it feeling like you have some giant cumbersome camera. The second reason why I really like this camera is because it is really easy to use. I don't have time to fiddle with camera settings. I don't have time to change my ISO. I just need the camera to work very quickly because toddlers move really, really fast. And by the time you get your camera out, they stop doing the thing that you were trying to capture them doing, and they stop making that really cute face. So this camera makes it really, really easy to be able to just turn on and turn off. There's just a button press here on the camera, and it's just honestly that simple. It also has this case here where you can pop it in the case, and you can also connect and press record right here from the case as well. That is the simplest camera I have ever owned and been able to use. There's no crazy menu you have to flip through. There's no mic settings. There's no D-log. Turn on, press the button, turn it off. In addition, there's also the companion app, which is the Insta360 Go app, which works on your mobile devices, and it also makes it so you can edit your videos without having to bring it into a different computer or having to worry about SD cards or anything like that. Arguably, the best feature about this camera is that it is hands-free. So you noticed earlier, I showed you how it magnetically goes into the little housing unit. But because the back of the camera is magnetic, you can put this anywhere and not have to hold a camera. So you can put it on poles, you can put it on the refrigerator, you can put it in a pivot stand and attach it to your dashboard to get really cool time lapses. There are a lot of different ways that you can use this camera and to be able to record moments without having to hold up your phone and follow your toddler or have to have some giant lens that you're holding. You can just prop this up anywhere where it's magnetic and capture the moment. I really like the hat clip and the magnetic pendant necklace because it allows you to get these really cool hands-free point of view shots of you walking or your toddler running. I've used this to get some really cool point of view shots with me playing at the park with my toddler going down the slide, and just being able to have this and capture his giggles. Hi! without me trying to chase him with the camera, and to be able to use both of my hands and play with him has really been so great. Most of the time, as moms specifically, we are always the ones behind the camera taking the video or taking the picture, and this allows you to be in the video and in the picture without having it taking away from you actually enjoying that moment, because you forget that you even have this on. So I really love the hands-free aspect of this. It's really been like really great at being able to seal those moments of time and have it available to look back on later. One of the other key reasons why I like this camera in particular is that it is waterproof. You can take this thing in the ocean, you can take it in the pool, you can throw it in the water table, and it will be completely fine. A lot of cameras are not waterproof, so it makes it difficult to take them on family vacations and feel comfortable and confident that this camera will survive if it accidentally falls over or if your kid spills their cup on it. It's even been in my toddler's mouth. I haven't ever felt like I had to be worried that he was going to break the camera because it withstood his sticky little hands and it withstood the short distances that he's accidentally dropped it. Okay, and then another reason why I really like this Insta360 Go2 camera is the fact that it does have a companion app, the Insta360 app, where you can actually edit the videos and photos that you take wirelessly from your device. It connects over Bluetooth, and once it's paired, you can access the photos and the videos that are on your Insta360 camera, and you can shorten them, you can join clips together, you can add cool edits, and you can also export them. So if you want to export your photos and your videos and upload them to social media, you can easily do that in the app without having to download any video editing tool, without having to deal with SD cards or anything like that. So that makes it really easy to record videos while you're on vacation and then edit those videos and then share them with social media or friends and family. Okay, now let's talk about some of the downsides of this camera, because for all the great things that I mentioned, there are some downsides of this camera that I want to make sure I am upfront about so you can make an informed purchasing decision. The biggest downside for the Insta360 Go2 camera that has been addressed in the 3rd generation cameras is the picture quality. At this point in time, everybody pretty much knows what 4K is, and shooting in 4K might not be a problem for some people, but the 2.7K on this camera, it is very noticeable if your environment is pretty dark, and it's very noticeable depending on what video mode that you're in. So if video quality is very important to you and you want sharpness and better clarity, that is going to be a downside with this camera. Another downside that for me as a content creator is the storage capacity. So I mentioned I have the Insta360 Go2, and there have been several models. I have the 1st generation Insta360 Go2, and the storage capacity is kind of a bit of a limitation because it only has 32 gigabytes of storage. And depending on how long your videos are and the quality of the videos, you can run out of storage pretty quickly. There are higher capacity models in some of the later generations, like the Go2 2nd generation and the Go3. But if you don't record a ton of videos and you do pull your videos off of here quickly, you might not have a problem. But do know that if you want to record a lot of videos and you're on like a big trip and it's very long and you don't have time to pull all those video files off, you will want to consider investing in a bigger capacity model. Another thing to point out with this camera is that it does kind of have that action camera look. You know, that action camera look where like it's super wide and it has a different kind of perspective. It kind of looks like a cone. This camera does have that look, and you can change that in the Insta360 app, where you can change the perspective to be more narrow and less wide. But for some people, they don't want that look at all. That is something that has been fixed in the Insta360 Go3S. So you are able to change that a bit more than you could in the past. Okay, and then the last thing to point out about this camera is that the audio quality is not the greatest. And sometimes it's a bit muffled depending on what you're doing. So if you are wanting to get very, very crisp audio, you're not really going to be able to get it from this model camera, and you can't plug in any additional microphones.
How long ago was it installed?
So a lot of those things that I just mentioned that were limitations and downsides have actually been addressed in the Insta360 Go3 and the Insta360 Go3S, which is the 4K version. So some of the audio has been improved. It has a different housing case. It has a touch screen. It has 4K. It has a way to change the perspective, and it even improves the heat dissipation. So if those limitations that I mentioned are deal breakers for you, then the Insta360 Go3S actually might be a great camera to look into. All the same functionality still applies in the tiny little camera itself, but it does fix some of those limitations and downsides and allows you to have fun. All right, so there you have it. That was everything that I love about this Insta360 camera, and I have been having a lot of fun with it. Like I said, I've been using this camera for 3 years. It has withstood the test of time. I love using this camera. It has especially been so great with the Toddler, especially when we're going outside or we're going on walks, and I will continue to rock it until I decide to upgrade. I definitely want to invest in the newest version, which has a bigger capacity in 4K, so I can do even cooler things with my Toddler and to be able to seal those moments in time, because he's growing up so fast. And it's sad. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you are interested in this camera, I left a link in the description for the Insta360 Go2 and the latest Insta360 Go3S. Do not have to purchase it, but if you do, I would appreciate it if you would use my link, because it helps me out just a tiny little bit, and it helps me continue making videos like these. And speaking of videos like these, if you want to check out any more videos that help you get inspired and to help you get familiar with different gear that you can use to do that, and if you're looking for more inspiration in general on things that you can do to capture more moments with your family, feel free to check out this video right here. I think you should check it out. I actually really like this video, and I think you will too.